And hello, everybody, and welcome to TKM Studios. I'm your host, Mark Schulte, the TheKramMan, who you can't really see in the camera right now. There we go. Now you can see me. Welcome to Saturday live stream here on TKMstudios.net at YouTube and Twitch.GameNetwork Channel 2, and also on Facebook on my TKM Studios page now. So you can go to facebook.com/TKM Studios and you can check that out. We're so glad that y'all are here joining us today. We hope everyone is still alive and doing well and not, going crazy. Here to my right, as you can see, is my guest today. His name is Mr. Jay Jones, live from the LNLdotgamenetwork. Say hello, Jay.
Your Wi-Fi sucks.
No, my Wi-Fi doesn't. How can it suck when it's right here on the other side of the monitor?
Join the network.
Yeah, you can.
I've been trying. It doesn't allow me. You fucking put it in.
I'll try to do it. And well, before you do that, let's say the. Would you like to read the? Would you like to read the script?
I can't see it.
How can you not see that?
I can't see it.
Oh my gosh.
I'm blind. Okay.
Well, since you're blind, let me just say the following program is uncensored and contains strong language and adult content not suitable for children under the age of 18 or Jay Jones.
Fucking cocks.
I know. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. The views and opinions expressed in this stream are solely the host of the guest and are not the opinions of Studio 6.2 Enterprises, which he owns, or its affiliates like me, TKM Studios, or Chris Locke at Lock and Loaded Music, CS Music Entertainment, the One Woman Army. You have been warned. And now for some ASMR by Jay Jones. ASMR. Yes. You're not live on YouTube. I better be. I'm off the air. Oh, I better not be. Let me go take a look. Let's go take a look. Let's go find out. If I'm not live on YouTube, we're gonna have some problems. I'm telling you right now.
Your mom's gonna have some problems.
Yeah. Okay, let's get rid of that echo. Well, hello, Morgan, and welcome. Let's take a look.
Morgan, you're a whore.
Uh-oh. He's already starting. It says it's online. It says, according to my multi-stream dashboard, it says online. Live streaming. Let's take a look. I'm not. Nope, I am.
Liar.
You're on drugs.
You're a liar.
You're on drugs.
You're a lying whore.
You must have the coronavirus.
You lying sack of whore.
It says it's live. Live. Out looking for a new truck. Oh, out looking for a new truck. All right. What kind of truck are you going to get? If you say a Ford, I will disown you. Got someone else coming in the chat. Hey, welcome live here on YouTube. Hey, what's going on?
We're live around the world.
That's right. Not on my feed.
You going
You're not on my feed.
Stream on YouTube.
Okay. Are you going to my
the
channel?
audience member on YouTube.
Oh, yeah. That will explain that. Hello, myself.
Hi, I'm
Even-
a genius, Daddy.
Even
I'm smart.
even when you're on dashboard?
Huh?
Wait, even when you're on dashboard?
Yes. You count as yourself, dingbat.
I wish you could hear my sound effects. Well, that would make sense. I only wish you could hear that. Too bad. I just did the.
He's a dingbat.
Yeah.
You didn't connect on your Wi-Fi.
It was at this moment.
It was
You
at
done
this moment
fucked up.
that he knew. He fucked up.
Anyway. All right. So
Pussy.
All right. Let's see what happens. Okay. All right. TKM
I'm Jay
Studios.
Jones. Hi. How are you? Oh, wait. You know what would help, you fucking idiot? Turning on the... unmuting. Hi. Oh, it's not the Pixel Guys. Oops. Hold on. I haven't messed with the scene. I forgot. I'm Jay Jones, and we're live inside
It's a wash.
TKM Studios.
Cut. It's a wash.
Look at this.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
That's
Here
TheKramMan.
at TKMstudios.net.
Take over TKM.
Yeah, number 13. Or you do the 1, I do the 3, or 3, or 1 and the 3, I guess. Yeah, something like that. I don't know. Yeah. All right. So anyway, let's see here.
Anyway, so that's TheKramMan. This guy.
Yeah.
What did you put as the password?
It's. I see what you're
Clearly,
talking
it's not long enough for it to say, "Hey, join."
It's not long enough. I need I need that.
Whoa.
I need that. That's
Whoa.
I need that. That's what she said.
Whoa.
Bud. Okay.
Whoa.
Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa.
Bruh.
Yes, we will get to Fortnite in just a little bit, but
The mall's even dead.
huh?
Apparently, the mall's even dead.
Of course. Well, okay, that's just default. The mall's always dead.
Yeah. I don't know. Not on Saturdays.
It's usually dead.
No, not on Saturdays. Usually during the
pretty
week.
fucking dead.
No, you're pretty fucking
Well,
dead.
kids are still on spring break right now, so
Yeah, getting that coronavirus.
Technically.
Getting that coronavirus.
he's been bitching about this all day.
Yeah.
I'm
Well,
not even lying to you.
If you're tuning in today, if you saw the pre-show on the countdown, I literally said coronavirus at the end. Oh, and fuck you,
I'm
Jay
just-
Jonesy. Jonesy, you're Jonesy now.
I no, thank you. I'm into women. Here's my thing. I get it. I get why you're not happy about it. But here's my thing about it. Like, okay, let's just not care about this coronavirus at all. Not get all these tests. Not shut down everything, and then we turn into a worldwide, epidemic. You fucked up, didn't you?
Yeah. No.
It was at this moment that he knew. He
Fucked
fucked
it
up.
up.
I I forgot I had to change it to that. What is
You
this?
mean bullshit?
What is this? Okay, this is not the same. Okay, so you gotta add the letters in front of it. That's what it is.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Anyway, we're live around the world here on the LNLdotgamenetwork channel 1. We're also live on channel 2.
You want to make the announcement?
Because he won't stop rubbing my dick hard enough, I have given channel 2 to Mark because he's giving me something special.
The Elgato
HD60S.
HD60S. If you've been following along on Lock and Loaded Game Network over on Twitch, you'll notice at the bottom of his screen under it says he's raising money for his Elgato HD60S. I am giving this to him for controlling rights to .game Channel 2, which y'all know that I've been using for almost 2 years now.
Too long.
I know. But he still manages it. He still owns it. But I am been granted exclusive administrative rights to it. Now, he's still going to do a lot of the changes, like the content as far as like the designs and stuff like that, wallpaper. But I'm pretty much going to be the only one that's going to be broadcasting off of it, and we're going to keep it that way. Fuck Fortnite. Bullshit. Man, do you have a lot of anger issues, Mr. North Texas Railroad?
You know what? How about you go fuck Fortnite? How about that?
Can you see that?
Huh?
Can you see that screen?
Yeah, I can see
Okay,
that
okay.
screen.
That's the reason why I put it over here. Okay, you're now on my Wi-Fi.
Are you on the Wi-Fi
yes.
now?
Yeah. No. Shut the fuck up.
I'm not the one who didn't know the password.
Well, because when I set it up, I set all my devices up to it.
Dang it, Daddy! Good job, Daddy! I'm so proud of you.
Why the hell I talked myself into this? Why?
Because you
All right, here we
can't live
go.
without me.
Updating on Facebook here. Report price gouging. Attorney General wants Texans to report scammers and unsuspicious vendors.
Okay, back to what I was saying earlier. This guy has not stopped bitching about the coronavirus. I'm telling you. Like, okay, here's my thing about it. So what do you want to do? You just want them to say, you know what, fuck this. Like,
No, I just,
so what? You don't want them to cancel anything. Let everything
Well,
go
I'm not saying
as
necessarily
normal.
canceling it, but
And then,
just
okay. And then all of a sudden, things just, things start to happen to where more and more people get infected. Where, hello, our president is not doing very well in response to this.
Okay, here's my
Because
thing.
he isn't.
Okay, here's
You
my,
can't tell me that he is.
Okay, here's my rant and rave about this because I know that you said that you on your post. I read that you're going to call anyone out on this, so you're calling me out. So I'm going to rebuttal. Okay,
Fine.
here's my rebuttal to it, and whether I'm right or wrong, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. So basically, here's my thing: is if we start shutting down everything, we're going to finish ourselves in an economic crisis. Now, I understand we're all trying to be protective of ourselves as far as not getting sick, which is understandable. But if you start, closing things down and limiting stuff off rather than simply saying, if Americans are not practicing normal hygiene like they're supposed to, and we have to go out here and buy all these products and hoard all of it, and then that tells you that obviously people are not doing stuff on a norm.
Well, okay. Here's my thing about it.
I might be wrong about it. But
Let's. I get what you're saying. I understand that, but here's my thing about it. Like, I understand that maybe we shouldn't be making so much of a hysteria about it.
yeah,
But let's say we didn't cancel any interview events. Let's say let's say March Madness went on as normal. NHL, we let everyone back into school. All this stuff. We just keep going to, life continues as normal. We just, be precautious. What I'm saying is you're setting yourself up for a much larger pandemic than we already are at this point. Because think about it like this. Say the spread starts here at A&M and one kid starts playing around with another kid and that starts to spread across the campus. Do you realize how bad of a lockdown situation we would be in?
in that situation, yes, I would, but it's been shown that reports
would you rather have the risk of having an economic downturn because we were very well prepared, or the risk of an economic downturn because we went on with our normal lives as per usual and said, you know what, don't worry about it, and then it gets worse.
But so far, there's been no reported people of the younger age that are contracting this because it's only reported to be in people with older people, like, with people who have lesser immune systems.
Yes,
People
but
underlying conditions like heart conditions and respiratory conditions. Because
again, that's a lot of people in the United States.
I know, but we're only looking at 0.000007%. I think it was what it was.
Yes, it's a small chunk of the population.
I mean, maybe I don't have all my information on this, but from basically what I'm seeing here, is it seems like, the hysteria and people mostly listening to most of the media, which we know media can be changed and altered to what they want, not fully the truth. So,
all right, Alex Jones.
oh, wow. What oh, my. No,
Not wrong.
It didn't even work. No, I mean, I get what you're saying, but,
Like, I get it. I get what you're saying. But
and you say the government's not bad. You downloaded malware bytes on your computer, and I didn't know where it suggested it, and somehow now I'm getting advertisements for it. I'm telling you. Big Brother's listening. As a side note.
I've already bowed to the overlords of Google. I've
there you
accepted
go.
it.
I have the cure for coronavirus. Shut down the media for 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah, that'll work.
Because the media kind of overexploded the situation. Because now, here locally, unfortunately, I didn't upload the pictures on here, but I went shopping today with my wife to Walmart to do our normal shopping that we do on the weekends, and it was pretty scarce.
No, I get it. Okay, so you're saying the media said, you know what, go get paper towels, go get toilet paper, go get all this stuff and ration up on it. Of course they didn't.
Yeah.
If the media doesn't cover it, then all of a sudden people are going to start getting sick, and then we're just going to be like, well, shit. Where is the where can people meet? Where are people allowed to meet halfway? Is my point.
That is a good question, and I think that's something that
Okay,
our
I'll
government.
put it to you like this: you're the president of the United States,
Uh-oh.
and you hear about this coronavirus, and it starts spreading into the United States, and you're in charge of you are the leader of the free world, and you have to make sure that your citizens, the citizens of your country, are not getting this Ebola pandemic, and it doesn't spread like it is. What would you do?
What I do?
What would you do?
Well, in some ways, I would do what he did a couple of days ago. Basically, I'd stop the air travel from going out of the country because that way we can prevent, any more further infection. So, and then basically, start assessing a situation, how we can get this under control by connecting with the CDC, the medical people about researches, getting proper testing equipment done to local hospitals, getting funding resources to make sure we have emergency funding to stabilize our country. But I also would get down to the basics of it here and say, okay, we need to stop price gouging, stop the hoarding, explain to people, yeah, this is a pandemic, this is a crisis situation that we got to deal with as America is. We got to become unified, but we don't need to be going out here and just stripping our entire economic system of nothing.
I get it. Okay.
Okay, my recent struggle with me right now is, okay, my church literally just canceled tomorrow's service, and it's kind of upsetting because it's like, I understand they're just trying to protect everybody and be safe, but it's like we're shutting down our way of life. I think that's my biggest thing, is it seems like we're shutting down our way of life.
And I get it. Like, for example,
I mean, next thing you know, I'm not going to have work. I'm not going to be able to provide for my family. Then what? We become a
that's the difference.
And we become a socialist country.
Not really. I don't think we're going to get to that extreme. What I am saying is that we need to understand that there are people that are not as
Speaking to the mic.
huh?
Yeah, speaking to the mic so I can hear you half time.
I mean, I get where you're coming from, right? Like, I get that you don't want this mass hysteria, this whole crazy outpouring of like panic and whatnot. But the nature of human society is that we're gonna panic regardless.
I wonder if this is true or not. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to get off subject. I'm just looking at stuff
Like,
here. I think that's what it is. I think, some
we're
of the
gonna
people
panic
are
regardless.
right. Of course, it's just human of us.
But I think like I mean, there are some. I think there are times where I think we over panic for no reason.
yeah.
But I also think that I will give it to you. There are some media outlets, some, not all, that spread misinformation, and we need to be careful about that. Trust me, I've worked in the media. I know about this shit. Like,
Speaking of shit, I'm sorry. I gotta share this. Hey God. Kansas college shit through online classes.
click the picture.
Okay, hold on. Click the picture.
Here we go.
Hang on, where's my womp 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 womp.
Kansas.
Oh my.
Oh my god. Kansas college is shit to online classes.
That's crazy.
Oh my god, that's hilarious. So I see where you're coming from, but there has to be a happy medium.
Yeah, I mean there has to be a happy medium. There does, and I
not
agree.
Gonna be easy, but first of all,
Here's where the TP is going.
the worst thing about it is the worst thing about it is our president. And and I'm not saying this because I watch CNN or MSNBC or anything like that. I've watched this man speak, like
Right.
just listening to him, like without. Yeah, I had other social commentary, but me listening to what he says is is downright horrible. Like seriously, is downright horrible. Like the dude ADDs to subject after subject after subject after subject after subject, and it's just like I don't think he understands the severity of this situation.
No.
Even if we didn't cancel everything, right?
Right.
Like if everything went on as normal, and it started to spread even worse, right? We started getting hundreds of thousands, millions of people that are getting infected. You know, we get Spanish flu numbers, right? Like this president is handling this horribly,
Yeah.
and you can watch in real time as he goes one way, and his government officials go another way.
Yeah.
Like in real time, he is doing this, and his team, his uh, hi- his you know uh, health officials, the CDC, all these other entities are just like they're having to play damage control for whatever the president says, and that shouldn't be a thing. Our president should be like, all right, this is what we're going to do. I want y'all to not panic because that's the number one thing. The first thing that anyone should ever say if you're president say, you should not panic. Do not panic. Let's be cautious. Let's be vigilant.
Yeah.
Listen to what the government tells you. Listen to our health professionals. They will guide you in the right direction. They're trained professionals. They've earned everything that they've earned all these degrees to help you get through these troubling times.
Yeah.
Well, I get that some people don't. I get that some people don't really like that. I get that some people don't like how we're canceling everything and all this stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
But what I also hate is that is that
Yeah.
a biggest example.
I like that.
I think it was last week or the week before. I think it was actually last week. The president goes up and says, the president says, by April, by the time it starts to get hot, by April, you're going to see the cases go down to zero.
Yep.
You don't say that. You don't say that. Because, yes, in the summertime, a lot of these things that you see, a lot of these cases that you see usually drop off every so often. But at the same time,
Yeah. I see you reading that.
at the same time, like
You lost your thought there for a second.
like
Oh.
at the same time, like what do we do? What was I saying?
I don't know.
I've
That's what I
lost my
thought.
complete
I know.
train of thought.
No, but I get what you're saying now. I mean, but this situation could have been
Okay.
avoided.
I'll put it to you like this: it's one way. It's one thing to say. It's one thing to say something about a situation.
Mhm.
Make sure people don't panic. Make
Yeah.
sure people get their information like they need to. Make sure, like, not comfort, but like reassure the country. It's another to make wild promises, and we all know that's bullshit.
Yeah.
Pandemics like this tend to go down over the summer months because it gets hotter here.
Yeah.
A lot of what spreads goes away through the heat. However, that shit can come right back in the fall.
Yeah.
And so you don't need someone sitting there thinking that they know what they're talking about.
Yeah. But see
He
that.
is saying things. I would be okay with this. I would be okay with Trump if he said things to the point that he sticks to his guns and has this realization that, you know what, I don't know as much as I would like to know about XYZ subject,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm going to entrust my officials, the people that work for me, the people that have earned their degrees, that have studied these things for years on end, to do what they do best.
Well, he is. I mean, that's where he's getting all the information from, and he's telling everybody that. I mean,
But is he?
yeah. I mean, he has to be. I mean, who else is
Okay,
advising him?
I'll give you another example.
I mean, who else is advising him?
But does he listen to them?
Well,
Does he actually listen to them? Like, think about that.
I mean, is there any evidence?
I mean-
is there evidence to support that he hasn't?
Okay, stock market. He's like, so the stock market's in a downturn, but it's going to rebound. Yes, the stock market, like the Dow, it did go up a little bit on Friday. But that's not to say that it won't tumble another 2,000 points on Monday.
Well, now that all this is happening, it should. It's probably going to.
That's what I'm saying. You can't sit there when, literally, I'll pull it up. You can watch in real time as the markets tank.
On Saturday, they have one on it?
Well, not on Saturday. They don't.
It say the NYSE is not on Saturday.
But like it's amazing to me that he would sit there. Not that. Where's the Dow? DJIA.
Yeah, I know. Doge. Yeah, it's like where's that? No, it's Jow.
No, the ticker symbol's DJIA.
Oh, it's JOW. Joe.
DJI.
DJI. Okay, they changed it.
It used to have an A in front of it, or at the end of
It
it.
did, yeah, it did have a
Okay.
J in there, but now
And
it doesn't.
here's my thing. And I'm going to show you. I'm going to zoom into. Actually, 1 month. In the span of 30 days.
Yeah.
30 days. Look at this. The Dow Jones was on track to hit 30,000.
Mm-hmm.
Here it is, continuously tumbling. It goes up a little bit, and you see these massive drops.
Mm-hmm.
When you hit, when your stock market has to halt trading
Mhm.
because it hits the circuit breakers to where it drops so many percentage points. You're like, whoa, hold on. Y'all need to take a fucking breather.
Yeah.
That's saying something.
Yeah.
I would understand if it was a 1 day point loss and then stocks rebounded. But look at where we are right now. I mean, we rebounded on Friday.
Yeah.
See, there's
Yeah, I want
that's
to get back
Friday.
up. So,
There's Friday.
okay, yeah.
But look at that tumble over the past few days. That was a big tumble right there.
Yeah, I was like, what, at least?
That's where stocks had to stop. You can see it right here.
Yeah, I can see how it stopped, yeah.
When it stops, that means it's telling those investors on that floor, slow down, hold on, take a breather. I'm gonna need you to calm down.
Yeah.
You know. And these stocks, and yeah, it's sure it's some of the it's. This is hard to really measure the real impact of what's going on.
Yeah.
But you look at stocks um, like
Apple, of course.
Apple, let's do 5 days, another tumble. Their closing facility, they had to do. I found out about this. Apple is doing WWDC a little differently this year because of the spread of the virus. And I wonder if it's on here. Here we go. They have stores all over the world.
Yeah.
They're having to do different things for their they're doing all online stuff when they would usually be in the Moscone West Center in San Francisco when they do their announcements and they have the developers conference. Now it's fully online. These big things are really changing how we live life, and I get it. Maybe it shouldn't be as big of a hysteria as we have it.
Yeah.
But I think if we are underprepared, it would get much, much worse.
Right.
Personally.
And I'm not saying don't get prepared, but don't get to the point of where we're turning into, The Walking Dead, where we're
I get it.
killing each other.
I get what you mean. I think it's just more of we need to draw a line somewhere.
Let's take a couple years back step, or I think it's a couple years step back. Let's talk about what was that, the Hurricane Harvey or whatever it was?
Yeah.
When it hit Houston. I mean, in this town alone, me, as everyone knows who's following along, I'm a FedEx driver. So for us, it hurt business there because people were going out and saying, oh, my God, we're all going to run out of fuel because all the fuel is out of Houston and down there, or all they have all the refineries. That's our major supplier for this country is actually Houston. And, oh, God, now it's going to be flooded and underwater. We're not going to have gas. So everybody went and ran and literally bought giant tanks and started putting gas and maxing out their credit cards. Meanwhile, places where we needed fuel, I spent an hour the very next day in my company truck almost running out of fuel looking for fuel because we had none. And people were like, okay, we're going to be out of fuel. We're going to be out of fuel for at least a month or two, or how long it takes to get the tanks out of the underwater and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
And then the storm didn't turn out to be that bad. And then everyone, even with the storm still the way it was, okay, it took them almost 3 to 4 days to even get fuel back into not 3 or 4 days, but some places it took that long.
Mm-hmm.
And it's what have we learned from that? It's it's okay to prepare and be prepared and have your first aid kits, your Band-Aids, and all that necessities you need in order to survive, like a survival kit, so to speak, thing. But here we're talking about, a situation where the whole, the biggest funny joke about all this is the toilet paper thing. I mean, it's okay, this particular problem that we're having is not, I'll just say it out loud, a butt problem, so to speak. So it's I understand the hand sanitizers and the bleach and the and the cleaning stuff and stuff like that, and wipes and stuff like that. But it's like people don't realize that there are people out there who are less or more and struggling, who can't get these supplies because all these people who have the money are out there and they're hoarding it all and they're keeping it, and it's called survival of the fittest,
Mm-hmm.
And so now we're basically going to cause a shift, not only economically but also socially, because now there are people I've seen people walking in the stores like I just met some of our new neighbors over here at our apartment complex, and they literally were going to the store and they could not even find toilet paper, and then we have a few rolls left. Luckily, we had enough to spare, so we just, gave them 3 or 4, just to help out, to start. I mean, I know that in the end, this country will rise to helping one another, and we'll all be there to support everybody, but it seems like, my question is, how bad is it going to get before it gets better? I guess that's the biggest question that's on everyone's mind. And and every time I see one of these things shut down and close down, it's just the more that frustration gets on with me, and it's like, okay, when's enough going to be enough, to the point where we're going to be like, everyone's going to be shut down, and then when it comes around the time for, okay, my landlord's going to come knock on the door, hey, where's my rent? Well, I couldn't work all this month because the coronavirus shut down FedEx. Okay, they're not going to care. They're going to kick me out on the street. And
I get it.
I understand, for big social gatherings like events and concerts and stuff of that nature, but when we get down to, okay, businesses are going to start shutting down, like I said, with my church shutting down, I understood that to a point where it's like, okay, yeah, now we're going to basically, we're concerned about everyone's health and everybody's, that goes there, and I totally understand it, and I totally agreed with the whole closing of tomorrow's services, but at the same time, it's like, okay, is this just a temporary thing, or what's going to happen next week, or the week after? It's like, eventually we're gonna start just losing our morality of life, so to speak. It's like, okay, we're all just gonna be like, okay, we'll just stay home and do nothing until eventually we get to the point where we're like homeless and have nothing, and then when we try to rebuild it, we're not gonna be able to rebuild because we went down too far. In a sense, I don't know. Maybe I'm being overkill on it, but I think that's my biggest worry about the whole thing, about the whole COVID-19 thing is how far are we as society gonna let itself tear itself apart before we have the chance to get it under control? I mean, what point as citizens or as people do we make a stand to say, hey, we gotta, not only look after ourselves, we gotta look out for others too. We don't want ourselves to crash. And I think that's the biggest part that aggravates me, is with all these closures and all these events shutting down. Like, I can understand the big events. I think the biggest thing that started for me with this lately was the Rodeo Houston.
Mm-hmm.
That was a big thing for the state of Texas. And now it's closed. It's shut down. I mean, it was open for a while, but then they closed it because of concerns. And there's a lot of mixed emotion on it. There's some concern and there's a lot of hate for it. So it's like, eventually it's just going to get down to I mean, when local businesses around here start closing down and shutting down, then that's when I'm going to wonder, okay, what are we doing here? Okay, like, let's divert this over to the closures now, rather than getting off the political stuff. Like in your instance with the whole A&M thing, I mean, you still have to go to work, which is good, great, because you're still able to make money, but what about those students who can't get their education now because they can't do online stuff? What if they can't get their degrees online,
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
It's like the progress of education is being halted, and like our school education children, like K through 12. I mean, now some of them are taking an extended week for vacation because of the spring break, which I understand. They're concerned because they don't want things to spread. Because when people come back from vacations, where they're traveled from, because they don't know where they're going, that's to help prevent the spread, which is perfectly fine. But what's to say they don't get around the next week and go, well, you know what, we're gonna give this another week. You know what, we're just gonna head and say we're just gonna say the heck with it. You know what? In fact, let's just go ahead and just give the high school diplomas to those who haven't been properly educated.
I see what you mean, but here's the thing about it. To your point,
Mm-hmm.
people will still live on campus. Like, students can still stay on campus. They're still going to provide food and whatnot. So a lot of those people probably don't have internet or anything where they're from, right? So, what's up?
But is the risk of convenience worth it? Okay, it's not about more like convenience. It's the more of the progress of, America. Basically, it kind of feels like our progress, our day-to-day progress every day is being halted now. And slowly, one by one, things are closing down to the point where we're going to be basically shut down. I mean, if the epidemic, let's say the pandemic does get worse, then and we can't get control of it, then we have to try to find a way to get control of it. We have to stand strong and do what we got to do to get it fixed, even if it takes a while. But meantime, the more we shut down our resources, the worse things will get. My volume, okay, yeah, here we go. Is that a little bit better? Hopefully that's a little bit better. Sorry about that. I thought I didn't want to have it too loud because I didn't want feedback to come here, even though I don't have my speakers on. But hey, Wendell, it's nice to see you, man. Thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for coming on and saying hi and chatting. And feel free, and again, if you're coming into the chat here, from AggieCon, the guy I talked to that does all the cool stuff.
Hey, Wendell, you can also check out Channel 2 or Channel 1.
Yeah, he's also on Channel 1.
Or J. Jones Live Studios. Or the LNLdotgamenetwork network on Facebook.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Thanks. But again, thank you for joining us, Wendell. And feel free to chime in on this conversation. This kind of thing we're doing here today is to kind of get feedback from everybody and, listen to what everybody has to say. So feel free to chime in and chat. So cool. I mean, I think that's what it is. I mean, it's not that I'm 100% too worried, but it's also that vigilant caution of myself is saying, after, growing up in the last 20, some odd years, and Channel 1, basically it's on his Twitch. It's LNLdotgamenetwork. In fact, here, I can probably link it. Let me send that. Here, let me do that. I'll put it in the chat.
Thank you, Jennifer Mendoza, for following.
Twitch.tv. It's LNL.game.
DOT Game Network.
DOT Game Network. That's it?
Mm-hmm.
All right, there you go. That should pop up there. There's the link to that if you want to go follow along. And I do encourage it. Yeah, please.
If that doesn't work, you could also do dgnetwork.live.
Yeah, DG. There we go. DG what?
Network.live.
There you go.
Site.
Yeah, there you go.
Which, if y'all are wondering, it looks like.
Oh my God! I hear that noise. I hate that noise from that movie. So, but basically, he and I have we have the combined network. He has a LNLdotgame network, and I'm Channel 2. I know you're watching on Facebook. I'm actually broadcasting live on 3 different channels. I'm doing my Facebook, YouTube, and the Twitch channel. Which channel is for me is LNLdotgame network channel 2, which I recently acquired administrative rights to. For this. This is a stream thingy, a gaming streamer thing where you can use your console games like PlayStation, I'm losing thought, Nintendo Switch and Xbox, stuff like that you can broadcast over your internet, over your computer, so that you can put on, your gaming channels and stuff like that. So I think that's basically what I'm drawing up to. Is my biggest worry is, as a parent, I guess this is more of my parental concerns as being a new parent, and my son's almost 2 years old, and it's like I'm wondering what kind of future is he looking to. I'm trying not to get too politically involved in a lot of it, but I know I need to a point. But it's like I'm trying to see, I think you're trying to understand what I'm trying to say to a point. I think that's where I'm trying to figure out is where are we going with all this? When are we gonna be like we've done in the past, in America's done in the past, take a situation, seize control of it, overcome it, and move on. Because I know we're still in the beginnings battles of this war, so to speak, but it's basically what I'm seeing, all this going on. I don't think in my time I've ever seen a situation where we've had a national emergency. They're talking about shutting down resources, but so In fact, the only thing behind shutdown in events, festivals, gatherings, not resources, rodeos, spring events, AggieCon, comic cons, etc., not resources, hospitals and stores, yeah, etc. Yeah, you're right, and that's what I'm saying. Yeah, like I understand those events, things being closed down, but I'm wondering if things keep going the way they're going, how much farther before other resources starts getting shut down. You know, I mean, we're already looking at problems at the food stores like Walmart, HEB, and stuff like that, where we're having trouble getting. I mean, the entire. I wish I had uploaded the video, the pictures I took today. I mean, there is literally like, well, maybe I can try to hold my camera up to the thing. I mean, when you're going to Walmart and you're seeing stuff like that. Here, let me do this. Full webcam screen. Here we go. Okay, when you're seeing stuff like this, hang on. Or I did a heck. Oh wait, I gotta undo that. Sorry, bear with me, folks. You know, that kind of situation where, yeah, I mean, when you're looking at stuff like this, that's when you start. I mean, I've seen it happen a few times, but it's just a small thing where they ran out of stock, or because a truck was late, or a truck got missed, had a problem, or a misload, or something like that. But when you're seeing, stuff like this, happening, it makes you wonder what's going to happen. And then you got the companies saying, okay, well, their resources are not going to be able to handle it. The store issues is stupid people panicking. Yeah, you're right. It is, and I totally agree, Randall, and you're totally right. It is the people panicking, and that's what's the problem is the more people we keep panicking, the more the supply versus demand. In fact, I talked to one of the vendors there at Walmart today, and he was talking about it. He's like, they're trying to do their best to keep up with the supply and demand with their warehouses, but eventually it's going to get to the point where we're going to run out of that resource because we're trying to develop more and produce more stuff like food supplies and stuff we need, and like medicines and stuff like that. But people are going to be hoarding all of it to the point where it's going to be like, and then when we can't go to work, we can't produce. Yeah, it's a big circle thing, so to speak. I hope I'm making sense here. I mean, you chime in anytime you want. So, yeah, and I totally agree, Wendell. Yeah, you're right. It is stupid people panicking, and I know that. And I'm not panicking to a point. I think my thing is more of, worrying about what's happening 3-4 steps ahead of it. And that's just the way I've always been. I've always been always over plan and over, kind of you want to be ahead of the game, so to speak, so that way, I'm not left behind, I guess.
Yeah.
So like I said, I guess my rant and rave is about the whole event things. It did bother me, but like I said, with me with my church thing, I think that's what kind of got me in. But remember, panicking only lasts so long. Trust me, when they have more than enough supplies. I totally agree. Yeah, the panic will stop, but so. I guess I'm kind of looking at this at a smaller scale because I'm looking at locally here, to be honest. And I am thinking, globally in a way. But when I got that email about not having, services, yeah. So I think my worry is, same here. Better to have than not need. Yeah, exactly. Than to need and not have. Exactly. Totally correct. Yeah. Okay, so Jay is coming up here on the screen here, and unfortunately I won't be able to show it to anybody over here. Actually, I could pull it up over here on mine.
So for those of you watching over here, I've just pulled up. This is a map.
Here. What is it? What's the address?
You just go to YouTube and search coronavirus.
Okay.
Map. It's a live stream. Basically, what I pulled up, if you go to YouTube and search coronavirus map, there's a live stream that's constantly updating every 30 seconds, I believe.
This one? Or no.
Map.
This one?
There it is.
Okay, there it is. Okay.
Turn off the sound.
Yeah. Oh my God! Don't want to get copyrighted. Ah!
I think it's non-copyrighted music, but I don't want to.
YouTuber's worst nightmare. YouTuber's worst nightmare. Copyright infringement. Okay, so give me a minute here. Let me see this over here, and we're gonna pan to this right now.
So just to give y'all some statistics about what we know right now, China, of course, has the most cases at 80,976, with 3,189 deaths. 65,551 of these citizens have recovered. So the turnout is getting better there. We are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We are the eighth. We are in eighth when it comes to number of cases. We have the eighth most cases in the world. We're at 2,706 cases, 55 deaths,
49 recovered.
49 recovered. One thing I was watching. One of the things I was watching is that there was, I believe it was Italy. Italy, they put a comparison map of Italy compared to the United States, and what it was looking like is as the number of cases spiked in Italy.
Yeah. As you can see right here, where it's talking
The
about,
U.S.
it looks like
is right behind it.
it
Right
spiked up
behind it.
right after Valentine's Day in China. I think that's, yeah.
So, I think that I just got something.
You just got something?
Thank you. I'm not gonna even try to butcher that name for liking the page.
Extraordinary.
No, it was up here.
Oh, well, on your
appears
it should
when someone likes.
it should show up on your mini feed, shouldn't it?
No, it doesn't show when there's a like on Facebook.
Really? Oh, like, oh yeah, the like. Okay, cool.
So as you can see, this map is constantly updating. There's a little headlines for things that are showing up on the bottom left. Simply put, I don't know. I honestly don't know if there are. I honestly don't know if we will hit the number of cases that are in countries like South Korea or Iran or Italy or even China for that matter. I think that the whole spread of things, and one thing I was thinking about as we continue.
I think to the point we're gonna break into this, and then we'll start working in our way into gaming, because I'd like to get some gaming here.
Yeah.
The shutdown is to reduce exposure between people, correct? Which I agree. Which is the first line of defense. Second line is individual health and preventive measures, vaccinations. Okay. Third line is hospitalization, quarantine, and heavy meds. We've just scratched the surface, and things are already starting to come back. Correct. Yeah. I think, again, I may be just overanalyzing situations here, but I think like I said, with me, it's all the local stuff. I think gets bothering me. I think that's what gets me.
I get it. I just
yeah.
I think things are gonna get better over time. I unlike the president, will not tell you that it's gonna get better next month, next 2 months, next year. What I will say is that things will get better over time. But the main takeaway from all of this is that we have to be vigilant. We have to be cautious. We have to follow what our healthcare professionals have suggested. I think we should trust our healthcare professionals, definitely. And then once that happens, as we keep from getting the spread worse.
Yeah, the local can make it look fair or worse than it may be. Yeah, definitely. And I think that's what it is with me. I think that's what my rant rave of the whole thing is. It's just the local stuff.
And we will get to Fortnite in just a little bit here, but the main takeaway is if we just stay safe. Listen to people. Follow. You know, follow the guidelines of our healthcare professionals. I think that we will overcome all of this. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
Mm-hmm.
Do I think that we've gone to the extremes with all the closings and stuff? Possibly, because you also have to think about all the people that work, like for the people that work in, like for these events,
Yeah.
like these big events. That's also ushers and techs and productions and television officials, people
Yeah.
who work behind the scenes that get those arenas and those sporting events and all these big events together. We also have to be careful about that.
Yeah.
We have to think about those people that maybe they don't earn a larger paycheck like an NBA player or an AHL goalie or anyone like that. We also have to think about those guys as well.
Yeah.
So I think that overall the spread will die down, but we need to calm down altogether.
Yeah.
That's what I think we need to do. You know, we shouldn't be what you have to order stuff online. I don't that's kind of extreme to me.
Now that we need to talk and plan on bringing the new con to BCS. Yeah. Yeah, bringing a new con to BCS. Yeah, we do. I mean,
We have BCS Con.
Yeah, there's a BCS con, yeah.
BCS Comic Con.
And you know what's funny was I was looking forward to being a part of the Aggie Con with you again for the second year, and it's like, oh, now it's gone. It's like, oh man.
I don't know what they're going to do with AggieCon. I'm not sure. I haven't really been in touch with them.
Yeah.
If they do plan on doing something next year, which I hope they do,
Oh yeah, definitely.
I will continue to be in contact with them and make sure they, understand that like,
Yeah.
y'all gotta work this up, man.
Yeah. So,
but anyway,
speaking of working up, I think we worked up some ass whooping on Fortnite. What about you?
yes,
So
I'm ready to fuck people up.
all right, and I think that's what we're gonna do here, folks. I think now we're gonna get ourselves in some Fortnite here. So if you want to kick back and have some fun, spend an hour. I was hoping to cover like the first 20, 30 minutes of this, just kind of get a little brief, but
I'm sorry,
I lost it with AggieCon. Okay.
Really, what happened?
If you don't mind sharing it, while we get everything loaded up here. Okay, you can turn that off now. That's impressive.
Any of your concerns, I will pass on to Seven.
Okay.
So that they know, hey, y'all kind of fucked up.
Okay. Wait, is it Unreal Engine?
No.
Oh, I wonder why it's not showing up there as a launcher.
Oh.
Where?
No, Unreal Engine is like the
Yeah, I know it. I've heard of Unreal, so.
company.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean.
Yeah, there is an Unreal game, though, too. There was.
I think there still is.
Yeah, but it's not really that powerful. Let me call. Oh, let me call. Like, as you call them, or are you calling me? Because with the live... Oh,
I guess he's calling us.
I guess he's calling me. Oh, shoot. What's up, my friend?
Hey.
All right.
Well, how big of a delay is there?
Probably like 20, 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, the biggest thing AggieCon, and I spoke with them, is the fact that, and I really hate this, and I feel bad for them, is since they're a student-run organization, they fall under the university's charter. So everything that is done has to be done by students. They can't outsource funding. They can't outsource investors, sponsors, anything like that, unless they set it up themselves. Like with Since it all has to be it's student run, it has to be done by students. They have to raise the money themselves, and every year, and this is a really bad thing, which makes no sense at all. Every year, they have a new person in charge of the con who has no experience in running a con. 90% of the time, never been to a con, and all they have is a book of notes left over from the person from the previous year. That's just like little highlights and little notes with no explanation.
Yeah, I can understand that. Being that was PR for like 2 years.
Yeah, so you know what's going on then. I mean,
No, I totally understand.
from somebody brand new who's never done a con before, never been to a con, and it sickens me almost because AggieCon is the oldest con around.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
even bigger than Comicpalooza,
Yeah.
but they're the smallest con in the entire state of Texas.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're the oldest.
Yeah. So.
And I'd like to find that there's a way to where the university will kind of untie their hands and give them a little freedom in terms of entertaining sponsors because I mean they have a con. Who shows up? Is it all students? No, it's the public.
Oh yeah.
Public. 90%, granted, mostly artists and our alley are students.
Yeah.
But the vendors themselves, the exhibitors like me, we're the public. We're not students.
Yeah.
The people
Right.
that bring the kids, they're the public. It's not students.
No, I understand.
It's isolated to students only, and it really hurts them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, now that with, all of Bryan College Station, with all the new students, I mean, then they move to the arena. That's going to, that just makes it, that's going to make it even worse. It's going to be an after-school activity at this point.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean, how many people in the public, that live in the Bryan College Station area even want to even go on campus?
Not many.
Not many. Yeah.
I mean, it's a pain in the ass driving on campus, and that's for students. That's what it's like for people who don't know nothing about the campus.
Right.
So.
I've done job sites on campus, and I hated driving there. And parking, is so limited.
Yeah.
How do you hold an open public event on a campus that there's like no parking available for the public? It's all for students and faculty,
Yeah.
I get you.
So.
To be fair, I've never been to the BCS Comic Con, but
I wanted to every year. I try to help them, but their hands. I mean, their hands are so tied. And like I said, it's so limited. I'm amazed that it has gone this long.
yeah.
Being classified as a con with it being so restricted.
So.
No, I understand.
Now BCS Comic Con, I don't know which one you're talking about on that because I mean, I've never heard of a BCS Comic Con. The only other con that was at Bryan College Station I know of was Brazos Valley STX, which a friend of mine, Ben, was the one who set that one up. And that's the one I was supposed to go to and set up, but then his partner backed out on him at the last minute.
I get you.
About the delay.
No, it's okay. Yeah, unfortunately, that delay is, I mean, even with our fast internet speed here, it still has a delay of like 20, 30 seconds on it, so.
Yeah, I'm listening to when you respond on screen or when I'm saying something.
Yeah. It's amazing, the technology and the advancements we have in the world, but yet we still have a 30-second delay with YouTube or Twitch, even Twitch. Yeah, I'm on the 1 gig.
Wow, you still have a delay?
Yeah. We moved back into town. Oh, actually, we just recently moved back into town. We were out on the outskirts of Bryan. Now we're back in South College Station.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, we got the one. Yeah, yeah. Because trust me, when as soon as she said, "Okay, which video you want?" I said the 1 gig. No questions asked. Oh my god, I did the speed test on it the first day. I drooled. Because I've been living the last 7 months on 30 meg. Yeah, I'm like, oh, nerdgasm.
1G, not 1B.
Yeah. Yeah, 1,000 MB, yeah. So
But yeah, like I said, I mean, I would love to see AggieCon grow, but
I would
it
too.
seems like they don't want it to.
It seemed like to me back in the days it was a little bigger.
Kids, because they're all that somewhat variable group, but the ones that run into con, they hope for what Jocelyn was telling me from last year, the fact that it's somewhat different every year, and all they do is leave a set of handwritten notes for if there's something in a book they're not even in order, and that's all handed to the next person in charge.
Yeah.
That's the university rule. And it's like, I mean, it's like, do they let y'all do anything? It's like, nope, they can't raise. All funding raised has to be done by the student. All positions have to be ran by students. And I mean, I can understand it being a student-run organization.
Yeah.
Because of the name, yeah, Aggie, yeah.
When you open it to the public, that's not student-run. That's not student-only anymore.
Yeah.
If you depend on the public to be your resource at that point, you're no longer a student-only thing. You're student-ran, student-governed, but you're not student. It's not no longer student-only.
Yeah.
It's done on campus and for students-only. That's one thing, and that's what it seems like it's turning into. Especially when it's switching to Green Arena and going to gaming, to tabletop gaming only. No vendors, no artists, alley, no vendor room or anything like that. Then you're making it basically a glorified after-school
Yeah.
activity.
It's crashed again. Yeah.
It's no longer a con,
Yeah.
I don't know what their plans are. I mean, they say they're going to do something next year, but I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hope they do something. I mean, I can understand because the Hilton, the Hyatt, I mean, not the Hilton, the Hyatt, they screwed them over pretty big. Charged them extra $3,000 and they shouldn't. I
Yeah.
understand that, but I mean, like with Brazos Valley SDX, I had at least 15 different businesses in town local that I know the business owners got them to get a sponsorship packet and together that was $12,000 right there.
Yeah.
Almost. That helped pay for a lot of things right there. Even though the turnout wasn't that good, it still helped pay for a lot, But that's the problem with turnout is advertising, And
Yeah.
that's another thing that AggieCon never has done. Very rarely I ever see them do any kind of advertising because they're not allowed to outsource.
I think they need to sit back. I think they need to revamp the rules for all that. They need to reassess that whole organization.
Yeah, they do. They really. I mean, if they're serious about it and want to continue going, they've got to do something different.
I mean,
I've seen the cons grow fast for doing
because I'm sure there's plenty of people out here if they knew about it. And yeah, I'm pretty sure if the public knew more about the AggieCon here, I think there would be more turnout and more participation.
Oh, yeah, they would.
I mean, there's so big.
People about AggieCon, I was like, it's so local, and nobody knows about it.
Yeah.
And I've talked to some people before we moved out of there to Conroe. There's a lot of people that I told that, like when I was going to be there. They're like, what's AggieCon? What's AggieCon? They've lived there most of their life and didn't even know there was a Comic-Con there. Because, once again, they're not allowed to outsource advertising, and there's no one there that knows how to do advertising.
Yeah. I'm gonna turn it
To
down.
run a successful con, you got to have at least the person in charge at least have experience being at a con and running a con. Someone experienced in selling sponsorships to businesses, getting business on board to sponsor, and how to set them up. Set up sponsor packages. Someone who knows advertising. And then someone who's good at getting resources. That right there will guarantee you a success.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry about that. Yeah. Cool.
When did you switch from your train thing to this?
I've been doing a lot of different gaming stuff. Like I was doing Truck Simulator for a while, and then I was doing all different sorts of things. And then I got into this other game called Factorial, or something like that. And then for the last month, I haven't really been doing anything because of the back of the internet. It's been so bad out there where we were living. I just literally lost my interest in streaming. But now that I'm back here in back in College Station, now I've got the ability to do it. So now I should be able to expand. I used to play Fortnite a long time ago with Jay. In fact, he's the one that got me into it, and we played it for a while. But then I got bored with it for a while because I wasn't that really good at it. But I don't know. In the last week that I've been back on it, I've been kind of kicking ass on it. And he's like, "Damn, dude, what happened?" He's like, "You've never played like this before." It's like, dude, you're kicking ass. I mean, it's like usually I'm the one calling for help and like be the noob. Now I'm like, dude. Yeah, I know, and I think that had something to do with it too. Even though I was here in town, I was on the 400 meg, but now I'm on the gig. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Like I said, we're gonna get ready to play some games here. We're gonna start having some fun here. We're probably live here for about another couple hours. So if you want to kind of peek in and out and come say hi, whatever, feel free to. So. Yes, by the way, I want to say I saw your recent posting on that thing you're starting to build there, man. That is looking good and looking awesome, man. You rock. Yes.
I was supposed to have it ready for this past weekend to take to All-Con because it was supposed to be the last reunion of the surviving cast members for Battlestar Galactica.
Oh, wow.
And there were supposed to be at least 7 of them there. And then next thing you know,
Yeah.
this is an upper respiratory thing,
Yeah.
and we have an AFib, and the fact that I'm on lasix to keep the fluid out of my lungs, maybe weren't too short, because, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's a chance I'm not going to take either, so.
Yeah. So.
I kind of waited on finishing the tank up, so now I'm kind of slowly finishing, trying to get ready, because I'll be at Comic Palooza. They're giving me a huge area at Comic Palooza this year. This will be my first year at Comic Palooza. They've opened up a new area called Special Attractions, and they're sending me up over on that end. I'm getting a big old 40 foot by 50 foot area.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to have the Starfighter out there. I'm going to have the Cylon tank, all my other stuff that I usually take with me, plus a few new builds that I'm going to be working on between now and then. I'm going to be doing a sneak peek. Don't say this. I'm not, because I want this to be a surprise.
Well, don't want to say it. Then I'll be live. Okay. Well, I want to mute that out because, like I said, I don't want to put that on live. Then. Well, either way, hey, now. Well, I know, but people can come back and watch this later, though. So. Yeah. Cool. All right, man. Well, glad to hear from you, and I appreciate you coming in and feeding in on the input on that and everything else. Totally. So, but like I said, we're gonna get into some Fortnite stuff and have some fun. But next time I come down to Conroe, I'll have to look you up. All right, man. You take it easy. All right. Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Later.
Later. And that was Wendell there, a good friend of mine that I met through my brother, actually. So.
All right, we're gonna do this shit or
Yes,
what?
yes,
What?
Oh, God. We're going to have overdubbing. I can hear you twice.
Really?
Really?
So what we'll do is, through this portion, we'll mute out you on that mic.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
That works. Hey, hold on. Let me see this. Actually, hold on. Say it again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're overdubbing, so we'll cut you out on that mic, so you can pause that for the side for right now. All right, folks. Let me get you in the game scene here. We'll get to going. Hopefully my game doesn't crash, and hopefully my OBS doesn't crash. Because look at this. You see this?
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand why. Oh, you know another thing?
Fucking get ready. Fucking do this
hold on.
shit.
Another thing I gotta do. Where's my audio? Open mic. Input device. No, I want this one. Test one. Yeah, there we go. I think it was picking up my other mic too. All right, let's ready this and let's let me get ready to start kicking some ass.
We're gonna try without a controller.
It's gonna be ledge.
It's gonna be legend.
Wait for it. Dairy. See, in some reason my stream deck is delayed. That's weird. It's the game. There's still an echo. Yeah. Probably because he's right here next to me.
Titties.
That's all. I turned that microphone off.
Titties.
I think it's the proximity. Because he's like, yeah, right there.
Titties.
Yeah. But it's because you're in the same room. Here it is. Right here. Crashing. Quickly, I'm supposed to keep streaming. There we go. Oh, it's still loading on me. Okay, guys, we're back live again. My OBS crashed like it did before. So we'll just have to play it out. Where we going? That's what I haven't explored yet. Huh. Retail Row.
Yeah, you don't need a bus. Fuck that bus.
I know, look. This is what I was doing last time. Stop yelling at you.
It's one of my bots. Whenever there's like a bunch of cats, it does that.
Oh, because he what the oh, I see. See, look at this.
Oh my god.
It's like why? I mean, should I go higher or lower?
Go lower. Yeah, but you just use all caps. That's why I got mad at you.
Yeah. I wish there was a way I could like put my
I don't know how PC gamers do this.
What? OBS is messing with my stuff. I may have to go to the studios. I may have to go to the studios. Because Streamlabs is doing a lot of weird crap. I don't understand why. I mean, look at this. There's a tree literally raping me.
Trees do that.
I can't get my game on if it's like this. Where are you at anyway? Oh, you're retail. I mean, look at this. It's like, what the hell? Oh my god.
Oh my god. That is insane.
Yeah.
If you look over on channel 2,
Yeah.
wow. Wow.
This is what I was doing that first night.
Hello and welcome to Errors.
Yeah. Survival battle. Yeah, until I get fragged. Some Wookiee sniper's gonna take me out. But when I'm on Ultra, it's fine. Watch. Or Epic, or whatever. See? It's fine. Sort of.
Oh shit.
No, skip frame rates. Oh,
Shit.
I can't do anything to help.
Wow. I suck on keyboard and mouse.
Yeah. You don't
Hang on, I'm gonna go find my controller.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna sort this out. I'm probably gonna end my stream so I can just play this because this is just insane. Shadow mode. Okay, guys. Well. Oh my god. Okay, listen up, guys. I'm apparently experiencing a little more problems than I thought with this game, not the game or my stream. So I'm gonna have to cut it off. But I'm live here with Jay, so if y'all want to come check us out, we're gonna still be live on Twitch at LNLdotgamenetwork. So come over there and join us and have some fun. We're gonna keep playing some Fortnite until I can figure this. Oh my god! It's happened. The takeover's happening right when I'm getting off stream. Oh my god! Jamie, if you're seeing this, why is this hard? I will cut you. You're glad I don't own a taser. Alright, guys. Well, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here and finish this Fortnite thing. Did you find it? No. I have that thing here, so we can use that. I'll have to plug it in so that you can use it. So, yeah, it's that, but I have to go unplug it from the back. So, which we'll do here in a minute. Alright, folks. Well, I'm going to go ahead and sign up, but come join us over on LNLdotgamenetwork and Twitch. Come join the rest of the fun. We'll see you later. I'm Mark Schulte, TheKramMan from TKM Studios, breaking down. We'll catch you on the next one. Have a good one.